That first class was an automatic junior calf champion in reserve, so Avery Kimball had the junior calf champion, and Tate Williams had the reserve.
Really nice single entry we've got out here in this red baldy, and one that I think sure is broody and powerful in terms of the type and kind. A female you sure love how sampy-minted she is. She's one that's big-footed, she's big-boned, yet still clean in terms of her joints. I like her over the top side of the skeleton when it's natural width and thickness. She works and get back, and she's real set wide in terms of her pin set. You can change this female ever so slightly. We'd like to lean her up just a touch. She wants to be a little shorter and thicker about her neck, but I think that's being nitpicky on one that's got that much power and potential to her. Nice single entry right here. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Winning class 724 is entry number 426, CBF Miss Amber F12, owned by Jalen Smith of Rosebud, Arkansas. And she is also your automatic senior calf champion beef builder heifer. Now coming into the ring, we have the first place heifers of those two classes to select our grand champion beef builder heifer.
Two really nice females we've got out here in the drive, and I think they're both a little bit different in terms of their type and kind. And the heifer we've got up front, young lady's got the black puffer out here. One that I think is really eloquent through that front end. She's clean through her throat latch and down through her chest floor. One that I really like her when she gets out and goes. She's really good in terms of her running gear. She's loose in her spine. Real function the way that she's put together. The heifer right behind her and real baldy out here is one that I love her in terms of power and broodiness and body. She's one that sure stout features. She's got a lot of good things going for her. I think you've got some trade-offs out here. The heifer that suits me the best out here today in terms of soundness and being so feminine, so crisp and straight in her lines is maybe the young lady up front up here with the black heifer. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to Avery Kimball with the Grand Champion Junior Show Beef Builder Heifer on 80K Fresca 383G. We'll now be selecting the reserve Grand Champion Heifer. If you have your programs on the inside of the front cover, we've got a page thanking our junior show sponsors, and the junior show here is entirely sponsored by those Blondie breeders and Blondie supporters. Our reserve grand champion heifer is Jalen Smith with CBF Miss Amber F12. Congratulations, Jalen. And we will take pictures of those champions after we finish the Full Blood and Purebred show, junior show. So all the junior pictures will be after the junior show is completed, after showmanship actually. Now coming into the ring, we have our first class of Bromley Junior Show Full Blood, Pure Blood Heifers. This is class 718A, and these heifers are born in March and April of 2019. Our platinum sponsors for the junior show are Cedar Bluff Farm, Jim Levy Raleigh, Quail Pass Genetics, and the Gala. And then we have, I think it's 9 members of the Gala, the sponsoring members of that listed below that. So those are our major sponsors for the junior show. We've got belt buckles for our showmanship champions and for our grand reserve in both of these divisions as well. We've got nice leather banners for a lot of the winners. So we really appreciate all that our sponsors have done to bring this new show to Denver.
Really nice class out here, and I think it's really competitive from top to bottom. You've got so many differences in type and kind out here in this class, and I think you've got some differences in structure. The female we're going to elect to start with in this class, for me out here today, I think she balances up probably as good as any. She's good neck, she's good shoulder, she's plenty big-legged, big-footed out here. She's one that can get around the ring, and she moves with a lot of flex and ease off of both ends. I like that forerib and how it blends back so good through the rest of her body, and she's got some spring and shape to it. She's still loose and long and level in terms of her spine, really fresh and crisp in the kind of condition they've got her in. I like her an awful lot. Young man's heifer that comes out next and second is probably one of the deepest body heifers out here. I'm a guy who likes spring and shape to the rib. She does that. She's pulled apart underneath, very loose structured in the way that she's made. She's one for me if you could change her compared to that class winner. She wants to be just a touch, I think, a little bit more leathered. She's a little closer up through that front end, kind of throws her balance off just a touch. But one that I think is barely bodied out here. She sure is good middled. You sure like all the muscularity and the power she's got to go with it. Young man's heifer calf that comes out next is one that's smooth shouldered. She's long fronted, real straight and strong in terms of her top lines. She's one out here today when she got going. She's maybe just a little bit tougher to show, but he's done a great job presenting her and bringing her out here. She wants to be just a touch lighter bone in the way that she's made. We'd like to see her have a touch more flank and more uniform in terms of her body depth. Young lady's heifer that comes out next is sure big bone. She's big-footed, yet really clean in terms of her joints. I love how level and square she is out through her hip. She's one for me if we could change her. We'd like to extend her out through her front end just a touch. And the female we round the class off with, you like the size, the scale, the performance she's got to go with that. She's one that just gets a little bit off balance out here today. We'd like to smooth her up through her front end. We'd like to level and square out through those pins. Nice set of females out here. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. First placed in that class goes to Michael Lehman from Leroy, Kansas on QPG Miss Katniss G011. Second place, Gavin Scouten, Piedmont, Kansas on BLC Courtney 434G. Third place went to Robert Conway the fourth of Canton, Texas on STX Parsons Diva 912G ET. Fourth place went to Annabelle Lehman from Leroy, Kansas on ALL Ms. Gina G543. Fifth place, Colt Pittman, Canadian, Texas on JBB Greta 9404G ET. Coming into the ring now is your junior show full-blood purebred heifers, class 718B, calved in February of 2019. We'd also like to recognize our Junior Show Gold sponsors, and those include Alleluia Acres Bromby from Missouri, Brink Livestock from Kansas, and Lehman Farm, also from Kansas.
Another really nice class we've got out here. And the female we're starting off with up front, she's the soundest moving female out here. I like her an awful lot. She's big-footed and deep-heeled, really hits the ground with a lot of flex knees off of both ends of her skeleton. At the same time, she's one that's up-headed, long-necked, really flat at the point of her shoulder, and so straight and strong. In terms of her lines, you get right behind her, she's functionally wide in terms of her pin set. The female that comes out right behind her, the young man's got in second, does have an advantage of being a deeper-bodied female. She's one that's got more spring and shape to her rib. She's one for me if we could change her. She wants to be steeper on her shoulder. She's straighter on her knees and pasterns. We'd like to see her set that back a touch more relaxed. But in terms of muscularity and power and broodiness, she sure has that. Young man that comes out next with a female here in third is one you sure like her in terms of how fresh designed she is. When I say that, she's just right in terms of her condition for this stage of the game. Done a good job of getting her shown and presented out here today. She's one for me. She wants to be shorter face. She wants to be shorter necked. We'd like to see that neck tied just a touch higher and smoother right at the top side of her shoulder blade. And the black heifer we've got to round the class off with. Really smooth fronted, really lean down through that chest floor. She gives up a little bit in terms of bone and in terms of stoutness out here. We'd like to soften her up in her rear rib and flank. Nice set of females out here. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. First placed in that class, Judd Scouten from Piedmont, Kansas on BLC Maribel 454G. Second place, Colt Pittman, Canadian, Texas, with Miss CEF 996. Third place, Rowdy Etchison from Headley, Texas, with JBB Jamali 996G. And fourth place, Jose Antonio Munoz from Elmhurst, Texas, on JBB Gentry 989G. Now coming into the ring will be our January 2019 class, and we have 3 entries.
Well, we've got a really nice trio of heifers out here. The young man's heifer we're going to start off with out here in the middle of the ring is one that I think is really, really good. She's one that's so feminine and balances up so well. She's got a tremendous amount of eye appeal to her. To go with all that, she's sound in terms of her running gear, big middles. She's stout in terms of the way she's featured, but still yet beautifully up through that front end and very feminine in terms of her appearance out here. I like that one an awful lot. Congratulations to you. Heifer that comes out next, and the young lady's heifer is one that's big boned out here. She's a big hip kind of a female. She wants to be off in her pin set. We'd like to crank that tail head set up there just a touch higher and relax her in terms of her spine when she goes, but you like the body volume, like the power that goes with that, and the female we round the class off with. She's great neck. She's great shouldered out here. She's one that's straight and strong in terms of her top line. She's one for me that just gives up a little bit in terms of power and performance out here. 3 nice females. Congratulations to you.
Junior calf champion. In that class of January heifers, First place went to Robert Conway IV from Canton, Texas on JBB Gala 905G. Second place to Cambry Pittman, Canadian, Texas on Ms. HHR Gabby. And third place, Jose Antonio Munoz from Amherst, Texas on JBB Gianella 925G. We'll now be bringing in the winners from those first three classes to show for Junior Calf Champion in our Bromby Junior Show, full-bred, purebred heifers.
I think you've got three really nice class winners out here in contention for Junior Champion, out here Junior Calf Champion. We've got the female that came out of our first class, as we talked about her before, one that's so feminine and fresh in the way that she's made. She's the right size for her age out here. She's one that's sure stout featured, and you sure like all the good things she's got. Female that's smooth-shouldered, that blends back in with her body so well. She handles her top line and her spine so nice and smooth and loose. Female right behind her is one we sure like the spring and shape she's got to her rib, real fresh and crisp in terms of the way that she's made. And the female, the young man's leading out back there that just came out of our last class, one that I think's awfully good out here. I think she's so different by design, and she's so powerful in terms of the way that she's constructed. She covers a lot of bases out here for me. She's one that I think's probably going to have a bright future, not only in the show ring, but as a cow. Young man down there in the end, we're going to go ahead and make you champion. Congratulations to you.
Our Junior Calf Champion in the Bromby Junior Show is entry number 400, Robert Conway IV on JBB Gala 905G. Now we're bringing in the second place heifer from class 718. And our reserve champion in the junior calf division is entry number 412, QPG Miss Katniss G011. Congratulations. Now coming into the ring is Class 719, heifers calved in September, October, and November of 2018. And the first and second place heifers in this class will be your Junior Show Senior Calf Champion and Reserve Senior Calf Champion.
I think a great class of heifers we've got here. And the female we're going to start off with is one that I think is really good. Super sound on her feet and legs. You sure love that hip and that hind leg set she's got out there. She's got the right kind of slope and angle to her shoulders. She's sappy middled out here. She's uphitted. She's one that's so long about her neck, and her neck ties in, hooks up neater and smooth at the top side of her shoulder blades. She's still long and loose in terms of her spine, and she's stout and powerful. Comes out here in a really interesting package out here, very feminine the way that she's made. At the same time, she gives you an awesome look. The heifer that comes out right behind her in second is real level and square about her hip. She's a female that's got plenty of natural width and thickness to her. You sure like the rib shape and how much spring and depth she's got. Compared to that good class winner that just leads out in front of her there, she wants to be a touch shorter about her front end. We'd like to lengthen her out just a touch. And then a nice female we've got to round the class off with. One that's long fronted. She's clean through her chest floor, real lean and trim up through that front end. We'd just like to see her deeper bodied and stout and rough out here today. Three nice heifers. Congratulations to you.
First place in the fall heifer class is Jordan Walker, Tecumseh, Oklahoma, on BLC Wicked Witch 371F, and that heifer will be your Junior Show Senior Calf Champion heifer. Second place is Jalen Smith from Rosebud, Arkansas, on Miss JMS Stella F118. She will be Reserve Senior Calf Champion in the Junior Show. Third place went to Coy Pittman, Canadian Texas, on JBB Leah Gay 8516ET. Next in the ring will be Class 721, Junior Yearling heifers calved from January to April 2018. This will be the last class of heifers in the Full Blood Pure Blood show. After this, we'll show for Grand Champion heifer. And then following that, we'll start the youth showmanship competition with the youngest kids first, and then go into the older ones. So after we pick the champion heifer, we'll need your junior showmanship contestants ready to come in the ring. Thank you. We'll also recognize our bronze sponsors at this time, and those include Bagley Farms Incorporated, Walton Nancy Emery, Humpin H. Bromby, J.H. Farms, and Rock Creek Bromby. Thank you for the sponsorships and giving these prizes and the premium money for the kids.
I like an interesting top pair we've got in this class, and I think we've got some trade-offs out here, and I could see guys going different ways in these top two. The female we're going to start off with, for me out here today, I think she's stronger top, she's smoother shouldered, I think she's trimmer down through her chest floor. If I could put the body we've got on the second place heifer and that first place heifer, I think she'd be awfully cool. And that's why I see the one hole in her. I'd like to see more depth and more spring to the lower and center portions of her body and give her more sweep and spring. After that, that's a good hip, good legged female that sure is good shouldered and gives you a real fresh, complete kind of a look out here that balances up so well. Love the body and the power we've got in the second place female out here. She's got plenty of base width to her. She's sound on her feet and legs. Where I see those two heifers trade off a little bit for me is she wants to break behind her shoulders. She gets a little bit higher and coarser in that tail head set. We like to smoothen her out and just balance her up just a touch. Really nice pair we've got here to round the class off with, and I think this is what it's all about. You've got a great cow that's got a beautiful udder to her. She's doing a good job of that baby calf inside. We just like to stouten her up just a touch, but she's doing a good job for that calf. Really nice group we've had out here, an awfully competitive class. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. In that January through April class, first place goes to Jalen Smith with Miss RDF Lulu 960F. Second place is Tanner Williams from Perryton, Texas with Miss Miss BBB 832. And third place is Coy Pittman, Canadian, Texas with Miss CEF 805. And Jayla's Lulu heifer was champion junior yearling, and Tana's Miss BBB 832 was reserve champion junior yearling heifer. We're now at the conclusion of our full-bred purebred show in the junior division, so we're showing for grand champion heifer. Again, we'd like to thank our judge, Matt Leo from California, for being here this morning to evaluate our Brondby Junior Show. And he'll also be doing the Brondby Junior Showmanships following this. We will take all of the junior show pictures if you want the judge in them after the conclusion of showmanship. And we'll probably have a short break and then start with the open show.
Well, if we could, let's give these exhibitors out here a big round of applause in your junior show as we pick your champion and reserve heifer. And this is what it's all about. It's about young people coming out here, and they've done a great job. And, you know, one thing for me, when I go around the country and do these things, I always tell we've got a great group of kids out here when they're so courteous to the ring staff, and they help each other around the ring, and that's what they've done. The cattle we brought out here today, I think, are really good, and I think we've got some differences in type and kind. I'm a guy that likes cattle, to the females, to be fresh in terms of the way they're made. I know you've probably heard me say that an awful lot here today. I think there's the right kind of condition we need to have show cattle in, and I think you guys have done a great job of doing that out here. These cattle are stout, they're practical, they're moderate in terms of their frame size. I like the power and the doing ability about them out here. My hat's truly off to you, and I think we've got 3 females out here in this lineup. You can be proud to own any one of them out here, because I think they're the kind for these juniors that are going to go on and make good cows for them and have a real bright future. We've talked them all in class, we've talked them all in division. I'll go out and take one more look and select you a champion reserve. Before we do that, let's give another big round of applause. We look forward to showmanship, and thank you for having me here today.
Congratulations to Jordan Walker from Tecumseh, Oklahoma on her grand champion heifer in the junior show full-bred purebred division, BLC Wicked Witch 371F. reserve grand champion is entry number 400, Robert Conway IV from Canton, Texas, on JBB Gala 905G. Congratulations to both of those youth. Now in the ring we've got our contestants in the junior showmanship division for the Bromby Show. The four youth here, Cambry Pittman, Colt Pittman, Annabelle Lehman, and Tana Williams, are aged 7 to 10 years old as of the 1st of January. So these are some pretty young showmen here doing a really good job. I'll give one more thank you to our platinum sponsors, and each of these sponsors gave $1,000 for the junior show sponsorship, for our premiums for the kids, and for the belt buckles and the leather banners that they get. And those were Cedar Bluff Farm from Missouri, Jim Looney Welding from Texas, Quail Pass Genetics from Missouri, and the gala sponsoring members from Texas, well, mostly Texas. And those gala sponsoring members included Alleluia Acres Brandby, All Good Show Cattle, Brickyard Brandby, Dave and Phyllis Ellenberg, Michael and Nancy Farner, J-Bar Brandby, R&D Farms, Rocking H Cattle Company, and WW Cattle Company. Thank you.
If we could, let's give these juniors out here a big round of applause on showmanship. They did a great job, and sometimes the cattle are getting tired of this stage of the game out here. And I always do showmanship a little different. I talk to them one-on-one about some things that I see that we could change. I've got a son at home. My youngest is 9 and just started showing, so I can relate to this age group because it seems like Sunday we were down there doing showmanship. And the one thing that I've told some of these little guys, and I do with my youngest, when you got these big animals out here, and they can have a mind of their own sometimes, is try to slowly walk them into place, scratch on them to keep right going. But they did a great job from top to bottom out here. Good set of cattle, great set of kids. I think they've got a bright future in the show ring. Let's give them another big round of applause. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to all of you. First place and receiving a belt buckle and a leather banner, over here coming out of the ring is Colt Pittman from Canadian, Texas. Congratulations, Colt. Second place leading out is Tanner Williams from Perrington, Texas, and she will receive also a leather banner. Third place, the box. Third place is Annabelle Lehman from Leroy, Texas, and Annabelle also gets a leather banner. And fourth place, you're doing a great job, Cambry Pittman from Canadian, Texas. And Cambry is also helping us out with our ribbon distribution, and she's done that for a couple or 3 years already now, and she is a great help at all of the shows that we go to. Now coming in the ring is our intermediate showmanship. These youth are 11 to 14 years old as of January 1st, 2020. And I think we've probably got 5 kids in here. And kind of a testament to these kids, every junior that showed in our junior show is going to compete in showmanship. And we didn't ask them, we didn't tell them to, they all wanted to. So we really appreciate the enthusiasm these kids have had. And if you've been in the pens back here on the main aisle where we're stalled with the Bromby cattle, this has kind of become a family this week especially. We have some new kids, and they were all interacting together, having a good time, making their parents laugh. So it's really been a fun event here at the National Western for all of us. Our contestants in here are Robert Conway, Rowdy Etchison, Avery Kimball, Coy Pittman, and Jalen Smith.
We're going to let these two keep working out here for a minute, then we'll pick your champion and pick your reserve out here out of this division. But before we do that, let's give the rest of these kids out here a big round of applause. They did a great job of showing these cattle. And a lot of times in showmanship, it's minor differences out here on how quick you get your feet and legs set up, if you got to put a foot back, or what you need to do. And you can really tell the ones that have worked long and hard and those long hours in them, they respond well to those animals. Those animals respond well to them, just in terms of their mannerisms and their movements. They get them put into place out here and give them a good job. These two out here did a great job in terms of keeping those cattle spot on all the time. You can tell they put a lot of time in them out here. I'll go out and show you the one that I like for champion. We'll pick your reserve. Let's give them another big round of applause in this group.
Congratulations, Jalen Smith from Rosebud, Arkansas, the winner of our Intermediate Showmanship Division. Second place goes to Robert Conway from Canton, Texas. Third place, Avery Kimball, Montrose, Colorado. Fourth place to Coy Pittman, Canadian, Texas. And 5th place to Rowdy Etchison, Headley, Texas. Thank you all. And back in that junior showmanship division, Annabelle Lehman has informed me that I said she was from Leroy, Texas, and that is not correct. She is from Leroy, Kansas. And I should know that because they're pretty much neighbors of ours. Sorry, Annabelle. We've got our senior division out here right now, and we have Michael Lehman, Jose Antonio Munoz, Gavin Scouten, Judd Scouten, Jordan Walker, and Tate Williams. And these are youth 15 to 21 years old on the 1st of January.
If we could, let's give these seniors a big round of applause. We're going to let these other two work over here a minute longer. a great group from top to bottom out here, and we briefly talked about some pointers and some things they'd changed. I think showmanship's one of those deals that it takes a lot of practice, and I've got two sons at home that show that are both different, and my oldest boy, he does a great job showing, and he's just like every time it's just spot on. My little guy, he gets so worked up, he's got a little more rodeo on him out there, so it's a little bit tougher to get him slowed down, but the best part about it is at home we practice with him every night out there showing and working the stick on them, and spend a lot of time talking about each individual animal, because animals have their own personalities just like people, and some days they get up, they don't want to come out here and play ball and do what you want them to. And I always say, use this analogy when you talk about showmanship and getting really good. Michael Jordan didn't go out the first day and slam dunk it. It took him a lot of practice, and I think these seniors do a great job out here with these cattle. It's been an impressive show. It's been a lot of fun to sort through. My hat's truly off to you juniors and you families out here doing this. This is what it's all about. Great breed, great day, and a great show. Congratulations to you. We'll go out and show you the ones we like for Champion Reserve.
Let's have a round of applause for our judge, Matt Leo from Merced, California. Our champion senior showman is Jordan Walker from Tecumseh, Oklahoma. Our reserve senior showman is Michael Lehman from Leroy, Kansas. Our third place showman, Jose Antonio Nunez from, well, right now he's from Headley, Texas. He's Amherst, Headley, something like that. Fourth place, Tate Williams from Perryton, Texas. Fifth place, Gavin Scouten from Piedmont, Kansas. And sixth place, Judd Scouten from Piedmont, Kansas. We're going to take just a little bit of a short break here to get some photos taken before we start our open show. We will start the open show with the Beef Builder bulls, followed shortly by the full-bred purebred bulls. We're now ready to begin our open show for the Blondie breed. Coming into the ring, we have Beef Builder Junior Bull calves, calved in January and February 2019. And we do have a rather small bull show today, and these will be the two beef builders that we'll have. So one will be, these will be our junior calf champions and our Grand and Reserve bulls. If you're following along in your program in this class, we have entries 6416 and 6415, both February 2019 bulls.
Good afternoon, and it's a pleasure to be here with two bulls over here in this division, and then this will consider champion reserve. Two really strong bulls, and if you just evaluate them here on paper, we do got some differences there across the board, and then there's a bull maybe has a little both weight than we'd like to see. We'd like to kind of get that down just a nickel, but two bulls that are awfully different in their type and kind. We'll just visit about each one of them. The bull out here in front of the Baldy, a bull that I think balances up extremely nice from a profile view. I like the way that one's top line lays into him. He's bold in terms of that upper rib cage. He just gives you a really neat look in terms of balance and profile. If you want to pick on that bull, I'd like to change his gear too in his running gear. He gets a little off on his hawk and posturing, gets a little outside on that hoof wall. I'd like to make him just go a nickel more secure. The black bull, I think he gives you the extra extension, the extra length. He's longer through that front end and he's longer sided. I guess for me, when you really compare him to the bull in front of him, gets a little tight in that forehead and heart, a little rounder off both ends of his skeleton in terms of his shoulder and his hip. I'd like to see just a little more boulder in his center body. So two really good bulls. I think you can do a lot of different things when you decide which one you like better. For me, I like the bull out here in front will be your champion, and the bull in the back will be your reserve. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Thank you to our judge, Amanda Schnorr from Chowchilla, California. Grand champion bull in the Beef Builder Show is entry 6416, AAAC King Kong 903G, owned by All Good Show Cattle, Bellevue, Texas. Second place and reserve calf champion and reserve grand champion Beef Builder bull is Win Frozen Palo Duro 480G, owned by Dave and Phyllis Ellenberg, Bellevue, Texas. Coming in to the ring is Class 203 of Early Spring Bull Calves, calved in March of 2019. This will be a one-entry class.
Just a single entry, build a software meet from a profile view if you study his lines and his length of skeleton, and then you set it in motion. He gets out there and reaches extremely nice. I think this build deserves a little more competition, so I look forward to seeing that one come back here in the Champions Off. Congratulations on that single entry.
And Allgood Show Cattle, Bellevue, Texas, wins that class with STX Parsons Da Vinci 911G ET. Congratulations. Coming into the ring, we have Class 204 full-blood purebred junior bull calves calved in January and February 2019. We have 4 entries in this class.
Nice class of purebred bulls. These top two are very, very different in terms of their type and kind, and if you just view them on paper, I think the bull at Sarch is just a little more genuine, a little more adequate across the board in terms of that birth and growth rates. And then when you judge him phenotypically, I like the extra length, and I think where he excels the bulls behind him, he's the one that balances up a touch better, and then you get him in motion, he's sounder at the ground. Now, is he as powerful and big-bodied as the bull that comes in second? He's not. I just think he excels just in terms of structure, balance, and the way he's put together. The bull that comes in second, he is the oldest bull in class, and I guess when you start to judge him in terms of frame size, maybe a little more moderate than the bulls that are behind him, but I like this bull just in terms of how powerful he is and how big-topped and square he is right behind his blade, all the way back to his hip, the turn to his rib cage. I guess where I get critical of his bulls is down his hip and hind leg. He gets a little round. Just don't handle those 2 back feet as well as we need to. And then you study him on paper, and both weights just jumping up just a little bit for me. Bull that comes in third with the extra length and the extra extension, high-performing bull that you got to appreciate. I guess when you study him and get in and really look at his muscle and his power, that's where he gives up. He gets a little flatter in his rib cage, a little base narrow when you get behind him. I like to go a little more genuine when you step behind him and watch him go away from you. The most complete bull and probably just a good longevity bull that just has the production aspect of things on paper as well as phenotypically is the one that comes in fourth. I just like the bull in terms of his head and neck and the way it comes out of his blade, where that shoulder lays into him and transitions in that forward and heart. I guess when you compare him to the three that beat him today, he just gets outpowered. I think he needs to hit that feed bump just a little harder, kind of mature in his mid-rib and his hip and high leg structure, but a really nice bull there in fourth place. Congratulations to all those exhibitors.
They gotta go back again and get them? They better be here. First place in Class 204 is entry number 6402, AAAC Simba 901G, shown by Allgood Show Cattle. Second place, 6398, RHCC Valentino 969G, shown by Rockin' H Cattle Company, Clarendon, Texas. Third place, 6399, W Bar Grand 119G, shown by Tate Williams, Perryton, Texas. In fourth place, 6401, Mr. CEF 934, owned by Circle C Ranch, Esteline, Texas. We'll now be showing for the Junior Calf Champion and Reserve Junior Calf Champion full-blood purebred bull.
As these two class winners get pulled around and get pulled together, the bull that came out of that first class, I told you I just like him in terms of the extra length aside, the extra length of his front end, and then he's staying at the ground, he still gets around and moves okay. I guess when you compare him to the bull that came out of last class, he gives up a lot of body and mass, and you like to lengthen him out through those hooks to pins, but a really good, sound, structured bull. A striped bull, I like that bull. I think he's big-footed, he's rugged in his look, he's powerful in the top part of his skeleton, he's big and wide-pinned, his testicular development is right. You know, maybe don't have that big sappy middle, but that depth is real frank, but if you just study the pieces that he has in terms of the smoothness, of his balance, and his structure and integrity, that's a really good bull. The bull that comes out of the second class, the Shepherd Bull, he'll be your champion here in this division and bring that second one.
Junior Calf Champion Bull is entry number 6402, AAAC Simba 901G, shown by Allgood Show Cattle.
As that second place comes in, we'll just visit about him as he walks around. I mentioned on paper he concerns me in terms of that high birth weight that he has, but if you study his ruggedness and how powerful and stout he is, you got to appreciate so many things from him. Typically, the paper does question. I do know that birth weight does come into concern, and you'd like to see him just a touch taller in terms of that age he has, in terms of being a junior. But today, when you bring him back out here, he's so powerful, he's so stout, he's so rugged in his overall appearance. The bull that was second behind the champion will be your reserve today. Congratulations to them.
Reserve Junior Calf Champion is entry number 6398, RHCC Valentino 969G, owned by Rocking Age Cattle Company, Clarendon, Texas. Coming in the ring next will be Class 206, a single entry, 6403. And this will be also be your Senior Calf Champion Bull.
On the single entry here in this division, I think it's an automatic champion as well. Bull that has the extra length from his blade to his hip, and a bull that's deep-sided and balances up extremely nice in his undercarriage in terms of that chest, maybe back to his flank. I guess if you want to criticize this bull, I kind of pick on his feet and legs. Maybe not as genuinely wide from his sternum back to his back quarter. I'd like to see him just a nickel wider, but appreciate the neat look that he gives you. I like the extra depth in his rear flank. Neat bull. Look forward to seeing him come back in the overall bull. Congratulations to that champion in its division.
Winning Class 206 and the Senior Calf Champion Bull is BLC Prairie Wizard 370F, shown by Brink Livestock, Piedmont, Kansas. Coming into the ring now, Class 207, a bull calved in August of 2018, entry number 6404. This is another single entry class, and this bull will be the automatic intermediate champion.
Another single entry kind of combinates everything that we've been visiting about so far in this bull show, being rugged and stout and powerful, has the extra length, and then if you view him in those columns across the board on paper, he still gives you some good numbers and that are consistent. Pretty nice bull here to win this division. I guess if you want to pick on him at the pastern, I'd like to see just a little more pastern set to him, but that's getting really, really picky. Just of a stout, rugged one. That's a pretty good bull here in this single entry division class. Congratulations to that exhibitor.
intermediate champion and winning Class 207 is entry 6404, BLC Trooper 145F, shown by Brink Livestock, Piedmont, Kansas.
Not maybe the biggest bull show, but a very competitive bull show. I think the breed should be proud of the 3 division winners that you have out here. Maybe not as similar and near each other in terms of type and kind, but there's quality in each one of them. The bull that Tiger Striped won, I love the structure of that one. I love his length to his side and how square and bold he is in the top part of his skeleton. Maybe not as deep-sided as we'd like him to see, but as a calf, he's still youthful. I just think he just excels just in terms of his built, and especially at the ground. The single entry as well as the division champion there in the middle. Bull that's long-sided and has that extra extension and he's super deep in that rear flank. His testicular development's correct and he's good on his numbers and he's reviewing on paper. And then when you get up and study him phenotypically, maybe not as powerful. We'd like to see him a little bolder all the way through, but just a nice bull. The bull that we just visited about, I told you that thing's standing there, super bold, super stout, love the power and the muscle that this one has. And being that stout there, if you look at him on paper, you got to appreciate his birth weight is still right there in terms of an ideal average birth weight. Just a really, really good bull. If someone wanted to say you'd like to see a little more heel depth, I wouldn't argue them, but with that, but there's too much power for me in that bull. When you come back here and find you a champion reserve here in this breed, for me it's going to be the bull that came out of the last division. You're going to be our champion, and then we're going to come back and grab the Tiger Stripe win for reserve. Congratulations, those exhibitors. Very high quality set of bulls.
Thank you to our judge, Amanda Schnorr from Chowchilla, California. The grand champion full-blood purebred bull is entry number 6404, BLC Trooper 145F, shown by Brink Livestock, Piedmont, Kansas. The reserve grand champion bull is entry 6402, coming from our junior calf division, and that's AAAC Simba 901G, shown by Allgood Show Cattle, Bellevue, Texas. And as you look around in our stalls here in Denver, I think all but a couple of these animals will be going right into Fort Worth the end of the week. The National Bronby sale is this Sunday, just a few days from now. And if you're looking for a bull, we've got a number of bulls in there, including the grand champion bull from this show today. So, take a look at the cattle here. Enjoy what we're doing here with the Bronby breed, and if you can join us in Fort Worth, that'd be great. That sale will also be online, and there's some other heifers here that'll be in that sale, so it'd be a good opportunity to evaluate them while you're here.
Just a single entry here to start the heifer class show off with. Really feminine featured female. I think she's in the right condition. She's still green, and you can push this one to really fill out. But I think that's just a high quality female. Let's get it to ground. She's good in her hip and hind leg, and her pinwheel is really, really neat. I think that one's going to be fun to show as a big one. Neat, higher quality calf here to start this heifer show off with.
Thank you. Congratulations to Rock Creek Bromby, Fairbury, Nebraska, with Miss RCB G902, who was first place in Class 402. Coming into the ring, we have Class 403, Open Show Beef Builder Early Spring Heifer Calves. These are calved in March and April 2019. 3 entries.
about pearl heifers, it just comes down to personal preference because they're awfully different in terms of their build and their type. If you want one that's a little longer, more extended, you'd like the one that's in second. If you want one that's maybe a little more truer and genuine at the ground, you want the one that I started with. The heifer I started with, I think she's more correct. The way that hip and hind leg all hinged together and the way it's assembled, I like it from hock down to the ground in terms of where that posturing is more comfortable. Is she a little more smaller in terms of her frame size compared to the two behind her? She is, but I think she's bolder and she's more true about her rib cage and her muscle when you get behind her. I'd just like to maybe lengthen her out in terms of that side, but really good female. I think she just wins in terms of structure. The red heifer standing still. There's no taking this away from her. She is a good-looking rascal. That head and neck in the top part of her blade. She's smooth there in her shoulder. I love the upper rib cage that she has and the extra length she has. I guess it's when you get underneath her skeleton, she gets a little upright in that blade. You can see that knee and front leg wants to kind of toe out. I just like to see her more comfortable at the ground. Maybe that has to do because she's not really excited to be out here, but she just needs to be a little more athletic to really get around in that heifer that starts the class. One of the sounder true heifers is the one that comes in third. I think this one's a nice, complete female. She has a longevity aspect of just being a good production female. She's big-bodied. She's deep-sided. She just gets a little flat and really fine in her makeup, a little finer bone, a little smaller-footed. Nice set of females for you to start this division off with. Congratulations to those three exhibitors.
Thank you. In Class 403 placings, entry numbers. Sorry for that. We did have the correct animals in that class. First place, entry number 6407, Rim Frozen Elsa 403G, owned by Dave and Phyllis Ellenberg, Bellevue, Texas. Second place, 6408, Ms. EML Annie G554, owned by Emma Lehman, Leroy, Kansas. Third place, Ms. ECL Lorraine G556, owned by Elmer and Carol Lehman, Leroy, Kansas. And that black heifer that went out last in that last class, she is also a Fort Worth sale heifer, so she would be one you can look at too. Now in the ring we have Class 404, 3 entries of February 2019 calves.
that wins the class. She's got a high-quality female. Love the extra look, the extra extension. She's really good-headed and neck and that throat latch and down to her chest. And then you set her in motion. She's so comfortable at the ground in terms of the way she gets around. It's just a good female there to start the class. Second bird is close. I think you can decide what you want to do on that. With the age that they're in, I think these are February's. There's a little more frame size in the young man's heifer. I think she's a little bigger in her center body, has a little more extension. Is she as neat looking as the one that comes in third? She's not, but she wins just truly on performance and growth and the extra extension that she has. And I think that rounds out the class. It's a good female. Really long and skinny necked, really powerful on the top part of her skeleton. I guess for me, she gets a little jammed up in her hip and how that hip lays into her shoulder about the hooks depends. I like to just lengthen her out all the way through and make her go just a nickel better at the ground. Good trio of heifers. They were very competitive. Congratulations to them.
Junior calf champion next. Placings in Class 404. First place is Avery Kimball of Montrose, Colorado with AEK Fresca 383G. Second place, 6409 W Bar Gold Digger 819G, shown by Tate Williams, Perryton, Texas. And third place, entry number 6411 Win Frozen Velvet 632G, owned by Dave and Phyllis Ellenberg, Bellevue, Texas. We'll now be showing the winners from those first three classes for Junior Calf Champion Beef Builder Heifer. And if you're following along, those first place animals are 6405, 6407, and 6410.
Next division we have here, we bring these heifer cows back out. The youngest one out here, I told you I just like her femininity, like her balance, her lines, and her structure. She's one that maybe not as bold and stout as the ones that are behind her, but she is young. She is one of the younger ones that we've seen today, but I think that will come female. She's built extremely nice. Heifer that's in the middle, she's the most different of either heifer on either side of her. She's one that's a little bolder in her center body. She's real powerful in the top part of her skeleton and back into her hooks to pins. She's got the extra length. I guess for me, she gets a little open at her shoulder. I know you don't lay as nice with that blade in her knee, but really nice female that's got the extra substance. And the heifer we just visited about, I told you she's really high quality and feminine and has the extra length, and she's really good at the ground when you set her in motion. So I think it comes down to personal preference. For me, the young lady's heifer kind of suits me just a little better in terms of her build. She's going to be our champion, and then we're going to come back and grab the heifer that's in the middle. I like the extra substance that the man's heifer has. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Avery Kimball of Montrose, Colorado for her Junior Calf Champion heifer, AEK Fresca 383G, entry number 6410. And reserve in that division, entry number 6407, Win Frozen Elsa 403G, owned by Dave and Phyllis Ellenberg of Bellevue, Texas.
Just a single entry and an automatic division winner, bold, stout, and the first thing they hit you when she walks in, just a good cow. From her shoulder back, there's so much substance and so much performance, and having that, she still handles as really too good enough for me. I just think a really neat female. I look forward to seeing her come back. Also, a division winner. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Jalen Smith of Rosebud, Arkansas, with her Senior Calf Champion Beef Builder heifer, CBF Miss Amber F12. We'll now have the selection of the Grand Champion Beef Builder heifer and reserve.
fun Kimber the champion in the percentage show in two different types. So I think when you bring the both of them out here, you'd like both of them at certain aspects, and then you'd like to change things about both of them. For me, the one that won the first division, I told you she's just so feminine featured. She is better netted and necked and cleaning that throat latch down into her chest. She blends really nice behind her shoulder. Just a sound structure. Maybe don't have the extra substance and the extra bootiness as the one behind her, but just a really good female. I think as you push that one, she's still a calf. When it fills out, that one's going to be fun to show. The one that comes out of the last division in the single entry as well, from her blade back, so bold and so stout. I love how square she is when you step behind her. The extra foot and bone work. Maybe a little planer through that head and neck, and maybe putting some condition in there if you want to put on that. But really, really good female. For me, there's too much brood cow and substance in the red heifer. She's going to be your champion, and then we'll come back and grab the young lady in the orange shirt for reserve. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Congratulations to Jalen Smith from Arkansas on her champion beef builder, entry 6412, CBF Miss Amber F12. And to Avery Kimball of Montrose, Colorado on her reserve grand champion beef builder heifer, entry number 6410, AEK Fresca 383G. This is our first class of the full-blood purebred heifer show in the Bromby breed, class 103A. We have these 3 entries born in April of 2019.
I'll be the first one to admit the heifers in first and third near each other, kind of in type and kind, but the one that sits in second is a sounder option, and that's why we split these heifers. The heifer that starts is a combination. She's stout, she's bald, she's square. I think she lays just a little nicer in the hooks to pins and wider through that pin placement than the 2 that are behind her. When she wants to cooperate and kind of be a good teammate, I think she still handles those wheels very nice. I like the boldness and how powerful she is when you get behind her. This sounder female of the trio out here is the one that's in second. I like the extra length to her top line, like the length to her hooks and pins, and she sits in that second hold because she's not as bold and she's not as wide as when you get behind her, but that's just a good-made, sound-structured female. Young lady's going to have fun showing that one as a big one. After that rounds out the class, there's some things I like. I like her body shape. I like the depth of her flank. I guess for me, she gets herself beat on the move. She's often in hooks to pins, don't carry that hip and her leg structure as comfortable as we'd like to. But 3 really good heifers, very different, they're kind, but high quality here to start the show off with.
Thank you. In that placings in that class, first place goes to 6373 STX Parsons Diva 912 GET, shown by Robert Conway IV of Canton, Texas. Second place, entry 6375 ALL Ms. Gina G543, owned by Annabelle Lehman of Leroy, Kansas. Third place, STX Parsons Divas 9211G ET, entry number 6374, owned by Stryker Cattle Company, Sims, Texas. Coming into the ring now, we have class 103B, early spring heifer calves, calved in March of 2019, and we have 5 entries.
Pretty easy one in my mind that starts the class. At the ground, she's one of the better footed ones, and then you move your way up and you study your body balance, her length of skeleton, and how good she is in her lines, and has the extra depth. Her still a really feminine featured female for that head and neck. Just a good female that starts. I just love that one on the move. Second, third are close, and I think you can do a lot of different things. And if you've heard me all day, I'm pretty particular on my structure. The one that sits in second, I think she's green in her appearance, but her shoulder and knee lay into her better. She's deep in her side, and I think she just moves just to make her better. Is she is neat looking, and does she have the extra style and pizzazz as the one that's in third? She doesn't, and I'll be the first one to admit. This one stopped and put together, grabs you really, really fast. But if you study her, she gets a little upright in her blade, her knee kind of closes up into her chest, and she just don't move as good off her front end. I gotta see that one go just a touch better. But that's sure a good looking one standing there. Young man has a nice heifer. Good female comes next. Longevity aspect of things, I think this one's going to be nice for a young man. Sound footed, good bodied, just gets a little plainer and open the top part of his shoulder. One of the better haired ones going to round out the class. She's really wide in terms of her pin placement. It's got that boldness in the upper part of her rib cage. I guess for me, and compared to the ones above her, just don't balance up as well. She gets a little off in the extra pins, can have neckties low at the point of her shoulder. So nice set of females, very, very high quality one there to start the class with.
Thank you. In Class 103B Spring Heifer Calves, first place goes to entry number 6369, BLC Courtney, 434G, shown by Gavin Scouten of Piedmont, Kansas. Second place is 6367, JBB Greta, 9404G ET, shown by Colt Pittman of Canadian, Texas. Third place, QPG Miss Katniss, GO11, owned by Michael Lehman, Leroy, Kansas. Fourth place, number 6366, JBB Grace, 9403G ET, shown by Wrangler Etchison, Headley, Texas. In fifth place, Miss SFF, 929G, owned by Rock Creek Blondie, Fairbury, Nebraska. Our next class will be Class 104A. These are junior heifer calves born in February of 2019. And there will be 7 entries in this class.
heifer that starts the class, standing there, just grabs your attention. She's the one that's the most balanced in terms of her lines and the ways her hooks and pins lay into her. Big-footed, big bone. I guess if you want to pick on that one, I'd like to change it to Hawk and give her just a nickel more flex, just a high-quality female there to start. I think from here on out, we got a lot of decisions to be made. For me, the one that sits in the second hole, maybe not the biggest hit in the stoutest when you get behind her, but she's the one that's the most true at the ground. She's wide in her sternum. She's bold in her center heart. She's the one that's really good in terms of the rib cage, and I think she beats the ones behind her just in terms of the way that Hawk moves and that posture hits the ground. Just a sound, functional one. When that sits in the third hole, I like the way this head and neck comes out of the top part of her blade. I like the extra length that this one has, and then she's big-footed. She's rugged in her appearance. Maybe not as feminine featured as some of them above her or behind her, and that's where I'd like to change her about in terms of that throat latch and chest. But I love how powerful that one is and how big-lipped she is when you step behind her. The heifer is just not being a really good teammate, and I think she doesn't really want to just show herself off, is the one that sits here in the fourth hole. I think this is a good heifer. I love the turn to her rib cage. I love the length of her hooks to pins, her bone and foot size. She just gets so anxious and not wanting to calm down and show herself off. She gets a little high in her spine, doesn't just want to relax, but sure, a good female that sits in the fourth hole. One of the greener ones that we've seen, and that's okay because I think she's going to be a nice bred. Really well balanced, really feminine headed. I love her head and her ear placement on her, length of spine that she has. She's just raw. She's just green. She moves really well. She just needs more days on feed. Good body. Deep side one that comes next. Just got to change those wheels. She's a little shorter in terms of that stride, but she doesn't get out there and go. Young man has a stout heifer. One that's the most different out of the 7 that we've had here in this class. Big top, big ended, bold in her center body. Just too round off both ends of her skeleton for me, and that's why she gets in that hole. But nice set of females there all the way through. Very high quality top underwood.
Thank you. Placings in Class 104A. First place is 6385. BLC Senora Courtney 524G, owned by Brink Livestock. Second place, JBV Janali 996G, owned by Rowdy Etchison from Headley, Texas. Third place, Miss CEF 996, owned by Colt Pittman, Canadian, Texas. Fourth place is entry 6381, Gretchen, owned by Randy Husterman, Palmer, Kansas, and that's a heifer that will be selling in the national sale in Fort Worth on Sunday. Fifth place, entry 6383, BYB Ms. GO4, owned by Brickyard Blondie, Coleman, Alabama. Sixth place, entry 6382, BLC Maribel 454G, owned by Judd Scouten, Piedmont, Kansas. And seventh place, entry 6384, JBB Gentry 989G, owned by Jose Antonio Munoz, Amherst, Texas. Now in the ring, we have Class 104B, January 2019 Junior Heifer Calves. And if you're looking at your catalog, entry number 6379 is a scratch.
One that starts this class, does it easy, and kind of gets you excited. One that's just maternal in terms of her middle body and her rib cage and her depth of flank and awfully good looking from the side. And when you get in and truly study her balance and her lines and her structure, that's just a good feeling. That one excites you pretty quite deal. One in second and third, I think it's close. To me, one that is in second is a little bigger footed, a little bigger bone, gives you a little more look from the profile view and the extra extension from the head and neck. One that's really wide pinned and level out her hooks to pins, and the one that's in third. Is she skinny? I'll be the first one to admit she's a little too skinny out here to be really competitive, but there's some things about her that I like. I like her bone, her footwork, her lovingness down the top line. Young Randy brought a high-performing female. Love the body, love the depth out rear flank. She just gets a little higher in her spine, or off in her hooks to pins. Just need to balance that one up all the way through. But three really, really nice females. Darn sure good one there on the top. Congratulations to them.
Thank you, Judge Schnoor. In Class 104B, your placings are: first place, 6376, JBB Gala, 905G, shown by Robert Conway IV of Canton, Texas. Second place, JBB Gianella, 925G, shown by Jose Antonio Munoz, Amherst, Texas. And third place, 6377, Ms. HHR Gabby, owned by Cambry Pittman, Canadian, Texas.
As we bring these class winners back out, what a high-quality division. I think as breeders as well as exhibitors, you should be proud of this division. From Class 1 all the way to 4th class, these are good cattle, and they're different in terms of what they bring to the table, so we're going to visit about each one of them in terms of what I see. The heifer that starts with the show off with the first class, a heifer that's stout and bold and square when you get behind it. I love the pinwheel that she has, and then when you study it from the side, she gives you a neat look. I guess if you want to pick on this one, maybe not as soft in terms of that hawk and posturing set as some other ones in here, but I just like the boldness and power that one brings out here today. After it comes out of the second class at the ground, she excels all of them out here. I'll be the first to admit. She's so good in terms of her structure and her balance and her lines. I guess if you want to pick on that one, she gets a little flatter in her overall muscle appearance, a little flatter in her rib cage. But if you want one that's sound-footed and neat-looking from a profile view, that one sure grabs your attention. Highly presented one there in the third class, big-footed and big-boned and stout and bold when you step behind her. Really neat in terms of the profile. Just gets a little straight when you study it from at the hawk and down to the ground, but sure a neat-looking one. But I love the extra extension she has. Young man got a heifer that I like that one quite well and talked pretty high of that one just in terms of the curvature to her rib cage, the power that she has. She's feminine, and with that much power she gets around the ring and motors extremely nice. So four very, very high quality set of females. I'm going to take one look at them one more time and then we'll find you a champion result. But please put your hands together for a neat first division of heifers that we've had today.
Our junior calf champion, full-blood purebred heifer, is entry number 6376, shown by Robert Conway, and she is JBB Gala, 905G. I announced that wrong. I had the right one. JBB Gala, 905G. And the reserve junior calf champion is entry 6373, STX Parsons Diva 912G ET, also shown by Robert Conroy IV.
Just a single entry, we won't spend much time because you'll see her come back. Bold, stout, square, one from the blade back. She gives you a lot of good things about her. Love her midway bodice. She comes on the top part of the spine with a lot of curve and just boldness. Big cows just written all over. Look forward to seeing that one come back. Congratulations to that single entry.
Winning Class 105, entry 6389, Miss JMS Stella, F118, shown by Jalen Smith of Rosebud, Arkansas. Coming in next will be Class 106, Senior Heifer Calves, born in September and October 2018. And exhibitors and spectators, take note, our judge has asked that we have 3 single entries classes in Class 109, 110, and 111 in one division, and we are going to bring all 3 of those animals in at the same time. They will each be a class winner, and she'll talk them individually, and then we'll pick our champion from those 3. So we're getting pretty close to grand champion full-blood purebred heifer, so if you've got a division winner, you need to be up here with them at this time.
Pretty easy place to lay your hat on. High quality one. Just everything I like in cattle. The extra extension, the extra length, the boldness, the balance that she brings to the table, and then you set her in motion. Great set of running gear underneath her. That's just a high quality female there to win the class. Second base close. For me, the young man's ever. We go a little longer in terms of her spine, a little sounder at the ground. I like that one's body shape just a little better in terms of the way that rib cage lays in her. Just a good female. Just gives up the extra performance and power compared to the class winner, and that's why she sits in the second hole. Heifer comes next. She's just not wanting to cooperate. A little greener in her condition, but a female that's really good headed and net. A female that's good at the ground in terms of her bone and footwork. Just a little rounder in her hip structure, like the length and hooks and things out. Nice set of cattle. Very strong class there to see.
Placings in Class 106. First place, entry 6391, BLC Wicked Witch 371F, shown by Jordan Walker of Tecumseh, Oklahoma. Second place, 6392, JVB Leah Gay 8516 ET, shown by Coy Pittman of Canadian, Texas. And third place, 6390, LOF Mazakwa Marine F522, shown by Shauna Marie Lehman, Leroy, Kansas.
I didn't take much time in this division because I think when they hit you hard and kind of want to take you home, or then take them home, it gets pretty easy. To me, two different types. There's one that's bold and stout, and if you want one that's booty, you'll grab one that won the first class. If you want one that's just neat looking in terms of the lines, the balance, kind of unique for the breed in terms of being that sound, you grab the one that comes out of second class. So you guys make your preference along the ring. For me today, the young lady that comes out of second class, the one in the back's going to be your champion. And we're not going to bring that second back in because I think there's too much quality. Young lady here in the front, you'll be our reserve today. So two really good heifers, very different in their type and kind.
Congratulations to Jordan Walker of Tecumseh, Oklahoma, on BLC Wicked Witch 371F, your senior calf champion heifer, and to Jalen Smith of Rosebud, Arkansas, on her reserve senior calf champion, Miss JMS Stella F118. Coming into the ring now, we have 3 single entry classes. We're going to bring them in together. Each will be a class winner. We've got class winner 9 leading off there. She is an April 2018 heifer. Behind her is class 110. Entry 6394 is a March 2018 heifer. And coming in the ring now is 6396, and she is a February 2018 heifer. So again, each of these will be a class winner. And our judge will be evaluating them and talking about them and placing from this group, picking our junior champion full-blood purebred heifer. Division winners, we need you at the show arena. We'll be having grand champion heifer next. And if you have group classes, you need to have those up here. We won't be holding up waiting on group classes. We'll do those before we do pictures. So all of you with group classes, get them to the show ring.
We're going to talk about each one of these 3 high-quality cattle to round out the show today, and then celebrate them individually. I thought it'd just be more simpler to bring them in here as a division and still visit about each one of them as a class winner. Now, after that, when I won the first class, I think it was bold, and I was stout. Her mid-body and shape and her power when you get behind her is pretty unique. I guess if you want to pick on her, maybe a little more shoulder than I like, and gets a little tight there to feel than heart and weak there behind her belly, but she's got a big calf in her, and you can tell because she's starting to push that air. I just appreciate how stout she is. Maybe not as neat and headed and necked and feminine as some other ones in here, but you have to appreciate so much that she brings to the table. After that comes out of second class there in the middle, she's the one that's the more extended female. She's the one that's a little longer sided, a little feminine headed, and really good in her throat latch and all the way down into her chest. I love the balance that one has. I guess for me, if you want to pick on her, maybe not as wide pinned as a heifer that's in front of her, but that's okay. I don't think they need to be the biggest ended ones out here for females. I just like that one's femininity. I think that one's awfully neat from the profile view. The quality and production compliments to the exhibitor. In terms of getting cattle ready for show, we kind of push that due date back further, and you better help that little girl. Compliments to them, like I said, in terms of you push that due date back and when we're showing these cattle, but for them, they got that cow in production, so that says something that they're still raising calves, and cows put all their energy in terms of raising a nice little bull calf. I think a cow that's got a nice little udder underneath her just gives, when you bring her back out here, she's in work. She's in her working clothes and gives up the extra substance and power, but 3 really, really nice females. I think you could do a lot of different things. For me, I've been on that feminine-headed kick and good made ones that have the extra length. The heifer that comes out of the middle class, she's going to be our champion, and then we're going to come grab this booty stout one, and you're going to be reserved. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Congratulations to our champion in that junior division, 6394, Jalen Smith with Ms. RDF Lulu 960F, and reserve junior champion heifer 6393, Miss BBB 832, shown by Tanner Williams. Ray Sherman, if you are in the arena, or if anybody knows Tell Ray Sherman, could you send her back here to pick up her lost item?
Before we find you a grand and reserve here in the show, please put your hands together for a very strong competitive breed. You know, we might not have the numbers that we compare to some other breeds, but that's okay in my mind, because if you get 3 division winners that have this much quality, as well as reserves behind them, that's neat. That says something about the association, says something about your cattlemen along the ringside, what you're doing. 3 really good cattle, and I think they're different in some kinds, but they're similar at the same time. And if it comes out of first division, very neat. Feminine headed, good necked and shouldered, one that's just got that neat look from the profile view, and then when you set that one in motion, she gets around so well. I just love the way her front end's assembled, and the way she kind of bends that knee and gets out there and reaches. One that's making the circle, I love from the profile view as well. From her blade back, so big body and deep, long in terms of the hooks to pins. Her hip and her leg structure is ideal. Maybe a little flatter in the upper part of her rib cage compared to 2 heifers on either side of it, but that's okay. I think that's not her kind. She's one that's just a really feminine, bold, mid-rib female that's just sound structured, and the most unique in terms of the type and kind out here. And the heifer that we just talked about, a big topped and big ended and bold and just square all the way through. Maybe not as good in terms of her pasture set as the 2 heifers that are in front of her. Maybe not as feminine headed as the 2 heifers in front, but being an older heifer and still keeping that fresh in her condition aspect, that says something to the young lady. You've done a nice job of keeping that one's chest in there. I just appreciate the stoutness that one has. Competitive breed, a competitive lineup. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll find you a champion reserve here. One more time, give these kids a round of applause.
Grand champion heifer is entry number 6391, BLC Wicked Witch 371F, shown by Jordan Walker of Tecumseh, Oklahoma. Congratulations, Jordan. And congratulations to Robert Conway, entry number 6376, JBB Gala 905G. She is our reserve grand champion, Braun V. Heifer. Keep those heifers close for our pictures, and we're going to go ahead and place our group classes, and then do the photos. First group class is Produce of Dam. So if you have your Produce of Dam here, J-Bar, Braun V, and all good show cattle, bring those on in. This is our produce of dam. First place will be Allgood Show Cattle. And second place is J. Bar Bonby. Allgood's cow is AAA Diva 6311Y. And J. Bar's second place produce is out of Miss JF Grace May L102. The next class will be Get a Sire. We need 3 animals, all by 1 sire. You got the Circle C get, Loretta? Circle C has the get. Here, you have your get. Yep, side by side.
Is that your memo? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. This will be easy. 3 in this, 2 in this group.
2 in this?
2 groups, yeah.
2 groups, yes.
So 1 and 2. So can I go ahead and mark that one? I'll go ahead and mark the best forehead. 2, okay.
In the Get a Sire class, first place goes to Brink Livestock on BLC Toronto 618B, and second place goes to Circle C Ranch, Esteline, Texas, on AAA Yukon's Image 25T. We keep. And our final group class will be the Breeder's Forehead, which is 4 animals bred by 1 breeder. And we do want to thank some of our help in the ring today. Nancy Emery has been over here railroading the make-ready area. Rylan Kimball has been handing out ribbons. Camber Pittman has been handing out ribbons. And we had Julie Heasterman earlier working in the ring. Walt Emery has had those assignments off and on. And we appreciate all the help that we've had from all of our breeders. Placings in this Best Forehead class. Brink Livestock is first. Allgood Show Cattle is second. And J. Bar Bonby is third. We want to thank our judge, Amanda Schnorr, for her work today. And appreciate all of you coming here for our Bonby show in Denver.